Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where and when you're watching this Facebook Live. My name is Dr. Olabinto. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Living Spring Family Medical Center here in the beautiful city of Mansfield, Texas, not too far from Dallas, where we help our patients, our clients, our viewers to live long and well because we believe the quality of life is just as important as the quantity of life. Today, we'll be having one of such conversations that help with what I just mentioned that says the topic is Doc, I feel like I'm running out of time. Any tips on time management? For those of you who are watching live, please hashtag live. It lets us know that you're actively participating. For those of you who are watching replay, hashtag replay. I wanted to share real briefly why this topic. As we all know, time is not something that you can quite get back. And so it's very important for us to learn how to manage the time we're given and to use it well, to do the things that we are called to do, we are meant to do, and we enjoy doing as well. All right. And so today, I'm delighted to have Mr. Wale Adekanla, who's, I'm hoping I didn't butcher his name, who is going to be our guest today. And he's going to be giving us a lot of tips this morning. So for those of you who are friends, who you know they are awake right now, probably scrolling on the social media, on the TikToking and stuff, just tag them in the comment or share this link with them so they can join us live. I'm going to bring him on. He's an award-winning executive coach. He's a business growth mentor. He's a speaker, he's an author, and he's also the CEO of the Leadership Channel Consulting. Before I keep talking, let me bring him back in. Um, Hello, sir. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Dr. Tulu, good morning. Good morning. Thank you for having me. It's a beautiful
Awesome,
day.
awesome, awesome. Yes, yes, yes. Now, for those of my viewers who may not know who you are, can you kindly introduce yourself? Who are you, and what do you do?
Wow, wow. Thank you so much. First of all, I really appreciate you having me on your platform to share this wonderful, tips with your audience. My name is Wale Adekanla. I am an executive coach, speaker, and an author. By God's grace, I work with executives, businesses to help them to scale leadership and as well to increase their profitability. Leadership is my passion. So I love to add value to people and help people to maximize their potential. And that's what I do
I love
every
that.
day.
I love that. But why do you do what you do, sir? Why do you do
Wow.
what you do?
Wow, great question. Let me just summarize this story. Well, there's a story behind that. In 2006, that was when I started the journey. I was given a book. That book, the title of the book is Why Ask Why, written by John Mason. And before this book was given to me, life was rough. I was in the survivor mood. So it was very rough. And of course, I was born in an average family, and leadership was not the language, of course, when I was growing up. And so for me,
Mm.
I was curious when I was given this book, why ask why? So I opened the book and I read the book and something caught my attention. If you ask the right question, you will get the right answer. I can never forget that. And that got me thinking the right question. What is the right question? Then I continue
Mm.
reading. So, and uh, before I ended the book, John Mason also talked about one of his books, An Enemy Called Average. So I ran to the bookstore. I got the book again. Oh, Enemy Called Average. And I read it. Oh, lo and behold, that was a life-changing moment for me. And I began to see things I never saw before about me. I started asking myself questions. Wale, who are you?
Mm.
Who are you? That question was tough for me to answer. Eventually, I answered the question. Like many people in the world today are asking the same question. I was able to answer that question in 2006. And that was when the journey began. I moved from survival mode into success mode. And then Later in 2015, because I was focused on success, helping people to be successful. And when my father passed away in 2015, everything changed completely for me. I moved from success mode into significance mode,
Mm,
because my
mm,
life
mm,
today is
mm.
not just about me, it's about others. So that's why everything I do every day is dedicated to others, helping people to know who they are and then to maximize their potential.
Wow, that's awesome. And you mentioned it took your father's passing because you realized, hey, if you're going to do what you're going to do, now's the time because,
Yeah.
that kind of clicks for you. I'm sorry to hear that, by the way. Um, so today we're talking time management. Now, some people may be wondering why the heck why are we talking about time management? What's the big deal? But can you kindly define what effective time management is and why it's important?
Wow, this is an interesting topic, and I think it's a common topic that people talk about, but unfortunately, most people don't understand it. And of course, it's good to talk about it theoretically, but practically, I
Mm,
think that's what we need to focus on. So, like you said, time for me, time management is actually an oxymoron, because time is beyond our control.
mm,
The clock is ticking, regardless of how we lead our lives. So it's moving every day. So for me, I think it's very hard for someone to say, oh, I want to manage my time. However, I'm going to kind of rephrase it so that everyone that is listening to us today can easily understand even what to do today practically. um I would say, for you to manage your time, you need to focus on priority management. Priority management is the answer to maximizing the time you have. Why? Because your time is your life. Time management is all about priority management, and priority management is making every day your masterpiece by doing the most important thing at the right
mm,
time. When you do the most important thing at the right time, then you have prioritized your life. Many people have accepted their life, they are not living their life. So if you have accepted your life and not living your life, then you have not prioritized your life. So for me, the first thing I would quickly say here is the first thing you need to do to know whether, oh, am I really living my life, or have I accepted everything around me, and I've accepted my life. What do you need
mm.
to do? Do what I call time audit. Do your life audit. This is very imperative. You need to do that first. So what do I mean by life audit? Three things. Let me just quickly mention those three things. Number one, self-awareness. You need to have self awareness. Number two, arrangement. And number three is adaptation. These are three major basic skills that we need to have. So, when I say self awareness, I'm talking about you assessing your life. Just look around right now, create your visual map, of maybe approximately, hours, or minutes, whichever one you prefer. So, how do you spend your time, or how much time do you spend at work, maybe at school if you're a student, homework, the home task, commuting, on social media, on leisure activities,
Mm.
with family, have your self-awareness, have that visual map. How do I really spend my time every day? That's the first thing, by asking yourself, how much time did it take to finish this paper? How much time did it take to complete this task? Did a work project take longer because you were scrolling on your phone? All right. What you never planned for, right? So we
Mm,
need to first do that. Then the second thing, arrangement. What does that mean? It means you need to set some goals, based on the outcome. What do I want? And then you set the goals. So you need to start thinking about it. Do I plan things? Do I set goals? Do I set limits? on every task? Do I prioritize, even my free time? So what exactly, I mean, how much time do I
Mm.
spend with friends, with family? Start asking yourself those questions. Then the last part that I will quickly say here on those three basic skills, in understanding time management and prioritizing your life, is the adaptation. And this is very, very important. This means being mindful of your time. Most people are not mindful of their time. They have not structured their day. So everything that comes is what they go for.
Mm.
They've never structured things. They don't have a plan. Say, this is it. If you don't have a plan, you will fall in someone else's plan.
Plan
And if you don't adjust things will be adjusted for you.
for
So
you.
people don't have that adjust, they've not adjusted their time, they've not structured it. So basically, let me say this, as I end this, part. I think it's important for us to structure things, okay, adjust things as it goes. And that's basically will help you and is very effective when it comes to time management.
I love it. You dropped a lot of gems. I was taking notes. And for those of you who are watching who are like feeling a little uncomfortable, like, man, he's talking about doing an analysis where you actually take stock and say, how do I spend my time?
Mhm.
You're gonna get a little uncomfortable. That's good. That shows you're stepping outside your comfort zone. That's a good thing. So don't get too swayed by it. And I love how you said, you know, the question between have you prioritized your life versus are you accepted you just accepted your life. And I'm not saying this is a put a lot of pressure on yourself, but it's important to take stock on what you are doing, because what you are doing is what you're prioritizing,
Hmm.
whether you choose to or not. And you talked about setting goals. You can just allow life to happen to you. If you don't make changes or be intentional about your time, anybody can put anything on their plate. Anybody can let you live the life that they have planned out for you or you're subconsciously living. You have to take an active stock in how you spend your time. And the key is you're never going to have time for everything, but it's important to learn what to prioritize. Big, rather simple sounding and concepts, but very powerful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My next question for you is this: for someone who's watching who's like, I'm good. I don't think I need. I mean, I do good, you know. But are there common signs or situations that someone should be looking at or one should look at to indicate a need for better time management in one's life? Are
Hmm.
there certain signs that you need? Okay, like you really need to take stock on this.
Wow, great question. Thank you for that. In fact, I find myself in that kind of situation. I think probably like around 10 years ago, when I was very terrible in managing my life, you know, and for me, I remember then whenever people, step, into my life or into my plans, and I mean, I would just go with everything. So I didn't know what I did not know. And I didn't know that I was not even managing my life. So I think, let me quickly say this before I even answer that question. You said something about, people getting in, outside their comfort zone. For me, everything we're looking for, everything I'm looking for is outside our comfort zone. Everything.
Mhm.
So we want our life to be beautiful, is outside our comfort zone. We want things to move the way we want, is outside our comfort zone. Oh, I want to fulfill my purpose. Everything is outside our comfort zone. So I think what you said there is very, very important for someone to catch. So when it comes to all these signs, I want everyone to start thinking about this. Let's make it practical. Look around you, look into your life right now. Um, do you have some common signs, or do you feel like you are constantly overwhelmed?
Hmm.
About situations around. Do you usually feel that? Do you feel overwhelmed sometimes? Okay, or do you miss? You know, are you missing deadlines? You've set some deadlines and you are always missing it, or maybe lacking time for personal activities, and you're like, oh, I wanted to do that. Ah, that never happened. Or maybe you are experiencing burnout, and of course, I see this many times in lives of executives, managers and leaders. So are you experiencing burnout? Or maybe you're feeling like there is never enough time to accomplish tasks. I
Mm.
was feeling that way. Oh, I don't have enough time. this time is running. I don't know why. So if you are experiencing any of this, I want you to know that something needs to be checked. In fact, you need to go back to the first thing I talked about. You need to go back to your self-awareness. What is really going on? And asking
Mm.
yourself questions. All right. And remember, what changed my life in 2006? If you ask yourself the right question, you will get the right answers. Okay. So start asking yourself questions. What is really going on? Why am I overwhelmed? Why am I feeling this way? So these signs indicate the need for self reevaluation,
Mm.
so that you can improve your life and then manage everything you do, on daily basis.
Thank you. Those are very practical tips. And it's a good segue to the next question because I have someone who's like, well, I do have a lot of things to do. I mean, between work, home life, personal life, leisure life, and trying to find some balance, that's hard. So, are there any tips on how to strike a balance between all the things while managing time well?
Hmm. Wow. I'm trying to see how to make this practical,
Yes.
because I don't just want me to be talking theory here,
Mm-hmm.
so that someone can get, the practical tip that they need today. And, the best time to start prioritizing your life is today. All right. Don't wait till tomorrow. So this question comes, to me personally every time I'm having life coaching or maybe executive coaching. People talk about, oh, I have work, I have personal life, I want to go on vacation, I want to spend time with my family. I mean, how do I, manage all these things? I have a lot to do. Okay. And I was checking my calendar the other day and I'm like, woof. And I look at all the meetings that I have scheduled. And I'm like, okay, uh, if I have not prioritized things, definitely I wouldn't be able to attend like 12 meetings or 15 meetings in one day. So here is the game plan. So balancing all these aspects of your life requires setting clear personal boundaries. That is where you need to start from. Setting clear personal boundaries, prioritizing task. We talk about that, scheduling specific time blocks for work. You have to be specific. It's hard. Dr. Tolu talked about that the other day. You need to be hard on yourself. Yes, it's going to happen. It is called discipline. Okay. So personal activities and relaxation, you need to itemize all these aspects of your life. Be clear about it and then block your time. Okay, what do I need to do this time? So and whatever you need to delegate, by the way, let me say this is important. You cannot do everything. Okay, you cannot do everything. I mean, this is where leadership comes in. So you need to understand delegation. So delegating tasks can also help in maintaining this balance. So let me quickly give you this nugget that is very important, practical. I've used it many times. I'm using it today. It works. It can also work for you. This matrix was designed by Eisenhower. It is called Eisenhower's matrix. And it's a popular tool. Of course, you can also use it. It can help you to distinguish between the tasks that are important, not important, urgent, and not urgent. In fact, let me quickly give you what I call 4Ds. 4Ds of execution. Please don't forget this. 4Ds of execution. 1, do. 2, defer. Okay. 3, delegate. And the 4, delete. Do, defer, delegate, and delete.
I
Okay.
like
So
delete.
yes, most people don't know how to delete.
That's a little
And
tough
that's
though.
important.
Mhm.
It's important in managing your life. You can't do everything and you cannot be everything to everyone. So you have to be real. Okay. So practically, this is how I apply, those 4Ds. So you need to know what is important and urgent. So do this task first. This is important and urgent. Do those things first. So these are the priorities that are most relevant to your goals, because you have life goals, you have purpose, you have life assignment, you have weekly, plans, you have daily plans. By the way, if you don't have monthly plans, weekly plans, and daily plans, trust me, this is going to be hard. So you need to go back to your drawing board and start moving things around and create plans. Okay, it's important. You can't just leave your life blank and just do
Mm.
things the way they come. All right, create a plan. So come back to that. Coming back to that, do those things. Number two, you need to understand what is important but not urgent. It's important but not urgent. You can defer that. Okay, defer all those things to later in your schedule. That's okay. And if you realize that, okay, this thing is urgent but not really important, okay, that's okay. So delegate it. Delegate. And this is one of the things that we encourage executives, managers, and of course, entrepreneurs to understand. Many times when you get into that entrepreneurial mood, you want to get things done. Yeah, I got it. I can do it. I know. We need to know how to delegate. Let go. All right. So delegate these things to others. Let them take care of it. If possible, especially if they do not contribute to your long-term goals. It's okay. Just let them go. Release it. And the fourth one, which is very important, and I don't want you to miss this: not important and not urgent. Aha! This is the place to delete. This is not important and not urgent, but it's all over you. It's on your schedule every day. Delete those tasks. Be disciplined about that. And that is why you need to have personal boundaries. Okay.
Mm.
So I encourage you to apply those 4 Ds. Very important. Do, defer,
Mm.
delegate, or delete.
Delete. I love it. Thank you so much. This is very, very good. We're going to do a part two. Let me just put it out there for your calendar. So I'm giving you a couple of months heads up now. We're going to do so you can clear your calendar for this. But can we talk about the concept of batching tasks?
Hmm.
Because I'm sure everyone's like, man, if they only knew what I had to do, they would, but can you discuss the concept of batching tasks and its role in time management?
Wow, this is an important one. Batching task. In fact, this is one of the things that I share with people in agile practices. Being agile in your life. People use it, the same principle, at workplace, and you can also apply the same thing in your life. And batching is one of the key words in agile. So here's the thing. Batching is very important. In fact, don't forget this one. Batching increases focus.
Hmm.
That is the fundamental benefit of batching. If you can catch that and you can implement what is needed, then it will help you to focus, because whatever you focus on magnifies. So batching, entails gathering all similar tasks. For example, I want to send an email. So you schedule that, at the same time. Okay, this time, okay, everything at this time is to send email, respond to emails, and all that. So your mind is focused on email. All right. You have similar tasks put together, doing them
Hmm.
at once. So you don't have to do one part of the task in the morning and another one in the afternoon, and you're running here and there without focus. Okay. See, this is not really easy. Okay, let me quickly throw that out there. If you're just starting out, you're just starting, prioritizing your life, it's going to be hard. Okay, when you when you start, but you need to be consistent, because consistency compounds. So if you're doing it every day, eventually it's going to show up. It's going to compound, and because that similar tasks, similar activities, by completing this task this way, you can easily maximize your focus, focusing on those particular tasks. So let me say this. See, you can maximize your focus on one type of task over a period of time,
Hmm.
and therefore greatly increase your productivity on that particular task. So if you focus on, okay, like I said, emails, or maybe meetings, or maybe creative work, and rather than spending all your time throughout the day on things that are not productive, and then at the end of the day you're like, what really happened today?
Okay.
And you're like scanning, and you're feeling unfulfilled, because you cannot really see the value in what you have really added to yourself, or what you have really done that day. So batching maximizing minimizes, rather, context switching, and it enhances focus and productivity.
It enhances productivity, and your body is going to want you to fidget and do something else. But like he said,
Yeah.
as you practice it over and over again, it gets better. One of my favorite, well, I don't say favorite, but one of the batching activities that has been very helpful, even teaching my kids, is to batch their snacks. So you're going to need snacks for 5 days. Let's go ahead and get it ready, put it in the bags, or your carrot sticks in the bag, or meal prepping batching for the week. Sit there,
Mhm.
do it one time. You just grab and go. Same
Yes.
thing, close for the week. Get your 5 stack. You're good to go for the week. You save time in the long run. So it's an
Yeah.
investment. So that is really, really powerful. Thank you. Now, let's talk about interruptions. I have
Mm.
someone here's like, well, yes, I was doing the things, I was planning, I was, batching and scheduling and setting boundaries, but sometimes life throws a wrench at your plans. Things happen, you know, and it becomes a challenge to manage time. Are there any advices or tips on handling unexpected interruption or changes in one schedule so we're not so stiff?
Hmm. I completely agree with that question. Thank you for that. And this one is very important. If you don't happen to life, life will happen to you. Okay.
Mm.
And that's real. So unplanned things will show up. They will show up. Someone will knock at your door without invitation. Yesterday someone was, I was the bell was ringing, and I'm like, oh, I was not expecting anyone. Okay. Then I checked the camera. I'm like, okay, no appointment. so, so unexpected things will happen. Unexpected, interruptions will happen. We have to be human. But here is what you need to do. When you have mastered, prioritizing your life, dealing with unexpected interruptions for me requires flexibility and prioritization and organizing your thinking. Okay. See, planning is you organizing your thinking. All right. And then being flexible with what you have prioritized is also important, but make sure the first thing you need to do is to prioritize. And remember the 4 Ds of execution. So
Mm.
whenever you prioritize things, you need to go back to the 4 Ds. Is this really urgent? Is it important? Do I need to do it now? Do I need to defer? Do I need to delegate or delete? Like I said, when I saw the when I saw the person, at my door, I deleted that unexpected appointment. All right. So because I had something on my schedule that time. So it's important for us to know, what do I need to prioritize? Going back to being flexible and prioritization and organizing your thinking. So here is what I'm going to say, which is very important. See, staying organized is very key. Many people know how to start, but they don't know how to continue. They don't
Mm.
have momentum. So staying organized is very key. Don't say, discipline yourself not to get away from your plans. It's very easy to deviate, very easy. I
Mm.
mean, it happens to all of us. I check myself every time. Am I still on track? Okay, so make sure you are on track, stay organized, and then leave a buffer time. And that's very important. Don't just schedule everything, your 8 hours. If let's say you're working 8 hours. I don't work 8 hours anyways. I work more than that. So let's say you're working 8 hours. Leave a buffer time in your schedule, so
Mm.
that you know that if something shows up that is urgent for you, all right, that you need to quickly pick up, of course you can be flexible with yourself, and that can help you to accommodate unforeseen events that are urgent. Okay, urgent or something you can delegate. So it's also essential to assess the urgency of the interruption and then reschedule
Mm.
or delegate task when possible. So that's very key. So for me, couple of things that I've used that you can also apply. I mean, it's AI, days, and you can leverage on technology as well. So use apps. There are some apps out there that you can use to block out distractions, on your calendar. For example, there is an app that I've used like 2-3 apps before. I've used a Forest. That
Okay.
Forest app, has helped me to kind of stay focused, especially to get off my phone, so you can, so it does not, so I don't have to go back to my phone, and be doing what is irrelevant. So, Forest is important, and then another app is called Stay Focused. This one helps you to get away from all these browsers so that they don't just pop up on your phone. They prevent you from using or wasting your time. So any website, like for example, Twitter, Wikipedia, Instagram, and all those, social medias, if you are not making money, while you are on those platforms, if you are not careful, you will be wasting your time. So stay,
Hmm.
stay focused is also one of the apps, and you can also use another one called Freedom. Freedom is also a powerful tool that I've used. That one can also block all those websites and different devices simultaneously.
I'm going to look into that. Thank you very much. One of the things I thought Facebook didn't have this too, but Instagram has a timer. I have 20-minute limit every day on TikTok. I'm not
Yeah.
TikTok. I'm not on TikTok, on Instagram and Facebook. If you go through the settings, they actually have. So I have a 30-minute limit on that today too, because something funny always comes up, or like eye catching. We're
Mm.
not saying that don't enjoy your life. If you want to enjoy those things, schedule time to sit and go through social media. But
Yeah.
remember, if you don't plan for it, you're on there hours and don't even realize it. This has been so powerful. We already passed time already. So thank you so much for coming today. I know you're busy. I appreciate you taking the time to be a blessing to our audience. And I know that God bless you as well.
Thank you so
Um,
much. Can I say one thing? This
yes,
last statement, so that I think this will summarize everything. Uh,
yes, please.
don't focus on managing your time, maximize it
Hmm.
by prioritizing your time. Maximize it by leading yourself. And why do you need to lead yourself? Lead yourself to get the best out of your life.
Wow, that is powerful. Don't try to micromanage your time. Maximize it by prioritizing it well and lead yourself. That's profound. We're going to definitely do a part two. So my final question to you is before we close out is where can people find you? I have people who are like, man, I want to have this man come and talk on my platform. I want him to come speak to a group of young people, old people, business executive people who are just a little frazzled. Where can people find you, sir?
Yeah, they can go to the Leadership Channel Consulting. The Leadership Channel Consulting. I can type that here. The Leadership Channel Consulting.org. The
Okay.
Leadership Channel Consulting.
Okay. That's .com, right?
.org.
Or .org. I'm sorry.
The name of the
The
company
leadership.
is the Leadership Channel Consulting. So the website is what I just typed here, the leadershipchannel.org.
All right.
Oh,
And
sorry,
for
the consulting is not on the website. The company is consulting, but for the website, the leadershipchannel.org. That's the website.
just copy that comment. Let's do this. Scratch that. So we're going to put it right here. Why is this doing it? Okay. Give me 1 second. Are you on the SoMe social media?
Yes, everywhere. Wale Adekanla, everywhere on social media, the same name. And then you can as well go to the Leadership Channel on Instagram, on Facebook, and just Google my name, Wale Adekanla, and you'll find me on there online.
He is Googleable. Oh. Online. He is Googleable. Awesome. Thank you so much for taking time. A lot of gems have been dropped. This was powerful, 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 powerful. For those of you who are watching, please share, tag forward, you know, mail, email, send an inbox. With this link, you will bless somebody by sending them this because you improve their quality of life as well. Thank you again, sir. God bless you.
You're welcome, Dr. Tolu. Thank you for the privilege, and thanks
Mhm.
everyone for joining us.
Awesome. My pleasure. On that note, have a good one, everyone. And as always, if you or anyone you know is looking for an awesome, a passionate, and a thorough family physician who will have conversations like this to help you live long and well, I am she. Have a good one, everyone. God bless you.